Hey everyone, today I'm going to give you a brief video on how to find the stretch factor algebraically. How to find the stretch factor. And remember, this is our A in the equation y equals ax minus h squared plus k. So A here is that stretch factor I'm talking about. And we talk about if it's a fraction, it will compress. A whole number will stretch. And if it's negative, it will flip our parabola upside down. So the situation we're looking at today has to do with some rabbits jumping. And that makes sense because it would create a parabola, right? They have to jump to a certain height and then they keep coming down. So my start point I know is going to be 0, 0. At this point, they haven't gone any height, they haven't gone any distance, no time has passed, we're at 0, 0. The end point over here, we don't have quite yet, but they did tell us that the vertical distance here is 3, and the horizontal distance here is 8. So that makes me able to find my vertex. And my vertex would be right here, and it will be at 4, 3. Now, why did I use 4 instead of 8? Well, 8 is this whole distance here, and my vertex is only halfway through the parabola, right? So I come up, I'm at my halfway point, and then I go down. So I took half of 8, which is 4. So we're going to plug in what we do know to the equation so far. All right, so, excuse me, this we know is a 4. I'm so used to writing that out, I forget sometimes. So we do have one other point that we can use, and that's this 0, 0. Now we have to use this because we can't solve for A when there are two other variables here. We have to have all numbers so that we can solve for A. Now this is my ordered pair, that's an x, y. So I'm going to plug in 0 for y and 0 for x. So let's do this. Now I have something that I can solve for. I'm going to start with using order of operations. So that's my parentheses. So 0 minus 4 gives me negative 4. Next comes my exponent. So I have negative 4 squared, which is 16. So I have a times 16 plus 3 equals 0. Now I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides to cancel out this. So I've got negative 3 equals a times 16. Now the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I divide here. And my stretch factor is negative 3 over 16. And if we think about it, okay, so this tells me that if I had my original parabola here, it would be kind of looking something like this. So it makes sense, like this is my parent. So it makes sense that if I have an a value that's a fraction, it's going to compress. Like you can tell that this parabola has been compressed. And it's negative, so it's going to flip it over and be in this upside down shape. Okay? And then if we look, back at our original, plus 3 is what shifts this up to 3. And our minus 4 is what sends us to the right as well. So using our transformations, we can tell that this makes sense. So my final equation then with the a value would be y equals negative 3 over 16 x minus 4 squared plus 3. And this would be my final equation to represent the path that my bunny is hopping. So hopefully this helps you put this in your notebook so that you can use this when you get to this part in your investigation today. See you later.